Hello, welcome back. It's me, SB. I am so glad that you are back. So today I have a crochet tutorial, and what we're going to be making is a poop bag holder for your poop bags for your pups. So yeah, here are mine. I think they're all pretty standard in their size, but if yours are a little bigger or a little smaller, you can adjust this pattern to fit them. This is just the type that I have here. I believe I purchased these at TJ Maxx, so I think they're all pretty standard. Anyways, so the yarn that I'm going to be using today is a 100% nylon thread or yarn, and yeah, here are the colors I'm going to be using. The blue is just really for demonstration, and this is Hilos La España, and I got this off of the creative yarn source, I believe.com. I'll leave the link in the description box, so that way if you want to check it out, you can. Here's all the information. It's really simple. Anyways, the hook that I'm going to be using is a C or /2 or a 2.75 millimeter crochet hook. And this is my customized hook that I made myself. I made the handle. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So we are going to be working in the round, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an adjustable ring, but it's just really just a slip knot that I've extended out. I wanted to try this technique because I had never tried it, and I wanted to see if it was easier or if it was the same as doing a magic loop or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, what we're going to do is we are going to do 6 single crochets in whatever method that you're using to work in the round. And that's going to be our base, is 6 single crochets. But yeah, I've never tried this technique, and I was kind of like fiddling with it. I was struggling. For one, once the camera turns on, I cannot, for some reason, crochet very well. But it is what it is. So once you get that, go ahead and close your ring. And close, sorry if you can hear that, it's my cat. Go ahead and close the ring and join your circle basically with a slip stitch. I was so happy that it worked. And if you'd like, you could use a stitch marker here, so that way you can mark your last or your first stitch, however, whatever method you use. This is going to be the start of round 2. And we are going to be increasing every single stitch for a total of 12 stitches in the round. Okay, so once you get that done, be sure to increase that last stitch. And we are going to slip stitch to join to our first stitch of the round. And what I usually do is I count back to make sure that I get the right stitch, which is right there, and slip stitch. And we are going to be starting our third round. So we're going to chain 1 and single crochet into that first stitch and into the second stitch we are going to increase. So we're going to be increasing every other stitch for a total of 18 stitches in the round. So go ahead and do that, and I will meet you back at the beginning. All right, so we finished round 3 and we're going to be going on to round 4. So just slip stitch, chain 1, and in this round we are going to do 2 single crochets, and increase into the 3rd single crochet. So basically we're just going to be doing 2 single crochets and an increase all the way around for a total of 24 single crochet. Okay, I just wanted to cut in real quick that to remind you to stop and measure your poop bag or whatever you're doing this for, and to make sure that you're not making it too small. Because the last one that I made way too small, and it was hindering it from rolling out correctly, so it was getting stuck and it was popping out. So yeah, back to the tutorial. So yeah, just continue on in that pattern with round 4, 2 single crochet increase, and yeah. So there we go. We're starting to get these little points here that you tend to get whenever you do single crochet in the round. So what we're going to do for the next round, which is round 5, is we're going to switch up where we put our increases. So in round 5, we're going to start with an increase. So in that first stitch, put an increase, and then 3 single crochet. Increase, 3 single crochet. And this is going to be round 5, and you're going to have a total of 30 single crochets. So there's our first increase there, our 3 stitches and our increases. So you're just going to repeat that pattern all the way around. So don't forget, once you get to the end, you were going to have 3 single crochets. So there's my 3 single crochets right there. And I'm going to go ahead and complete round 5. Don't forget to slip stitch and chain 1. And there we go. As you can see, it actually made it look a little rounder since we moved the increases on that one round. On to round 6, and this is going to be our last round of increases. So what we're going to do is we are going to single crochet into the next 4 stitches. And increase that 5th stitch. So pretty much we are going to do 4 single crochet, increase all the way around for a total of 36 stitches. All right, round 6 complete, and that is perfect. So the inside is right there. That looks very good. And now we're going to move on to round 7. And in round 7, we are not going to be doing any increases at all, and we're going to be working through the back loop. So this is totally optional and up to you. I just like doing this because it makes it look a little better. It kind of makes the bag fold up a little better. So yeah, just single crochet through the back loop all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end. let's go ahead and slip stitch to finish the round. And from here on out, we're going to be working through both loops in the round for 3 rounds. So just single crochet all the way around for 3 rounds, or as high as you want it to be. I made it kind of low simply because I like the way that looks, but it's completely up to you. The concept is still going to be the same, whether or not you add 4 rounds or you just add 2 rounds. It's really up to you. It's going to be the same concept. Alright, my rounds are complete, and this is what I have, a little cup. And yeah, so now we are going to go ahead and start working in rows. So what I did was I slip stitched to that first stitch, and now I'm just going to work around to my first stitch, and instead of slip stitching to it, I'm just going to chain 1 and turn, which you'll see right here. So you should have 36 stitches total. Chain 1 and turn, and this is going to be our second row, and we're going to do this for a total of 4 rows. Be sure to end on a right side row once you complete those rows. You can do more or you can do less. That's really dependent on you. The reason why I chose 4 was because the last one I did, I made it way too wide in the opening, and the poop bag kept popping out every time I went to try to take one out. So I made it small so it kind of crumpled in there, and that worked beautifully. So yeah, 4 rows was what I did. Okay, ignore that little line right there on my finger. That's from the thread because the dye bleeds. So here's my 4 rows. Once you get completed with that, we are going to slip stitch to our first stitch. Just make sure you know where that's at. And we're going to start working in rounds again. And you're going to do single crochet around for a total of 7 rounds. That was the magic number for me. So just stop and check to make sure you want it to go over the top of your little bags, so that way it covers it so we can make the little drawstring thingy. So yeah, go ahead and single crochet around for 7 rounds. Alright, 7 rounds done. Slip stitch and chain 2, and this is going to be the beginning of our drawstring round. Basically, we're making it so that way we can put our drawstring. So double crochet into that first stitch, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and double crochet into the next stitch. And this is going to be the repeating pattern all the way around. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. once you reach the end, depending on whether or not you made it bigger or smaller, I ended with a chain 1 and a slip stitch. So this is the bag complete. And now we're going to move on to making the drawstring, which is really simple. All we're doing with the drawstring is chaining, and you can make it as fancy or as unfancy like I did as you want. You could even opt to just get some cord and weave that in and use that. I just opted to use my blue crochet nylon thread here, and I just chained until I felt like it was right. I didn't count, so I suggest you do the same thing. Either way, it's going to turn out great. So yeah, here we go. This little poop bag holder is almost done. Grab my giant scissors. And now all we got to do is weave this into our bag. And we're just going to weave it in and out of there. What I like to do is I like to tie the ends together to make a loop. If you did what I did and kind of, did it like this, just made a chain, that's what I suggest you do. Just tie them together, because trying to, sew them together kind of gets annoying. So now all we got to do is weave in all of our tail ends and secure everything into place. And a little tidbit here, with nylon thread or nylon crochet thread, it likes to fray a lot. So what I do is I just leave a little tail once I cut it, and I grab a lighter and I just melt the fibers a little bit. Like, don't melt it crazily, just a little bit, and then just pat it down with the lighter, and it'll stick to itself and it won't go anywhere. And here we go, we're all done. Let's test it. Now you can choose to have it like that, like a little purse, if you want. I like personally going like that and just pulling on it. But I made my chain a little too long, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add another little knot just to make it a little shorter so I could put it around my wrist. And I'm going to do the same thing, just melt those fibers and kind of, pat them down a little bit, just so they don't unravel. And there we go. Easy. Really struggling with that. Okay. that is enough fire. All right, there we go. Now we're done. Wow. And it works beautifully. I love it. Way better than the last one I made. I don't even want to show you that one. It looks kind of ugly. This one is actually really pretty, so I like the way it came out. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope this inspires you to make something similar. You can make it smaller, you can make it bigger, you can make it for whatever you want. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. Sorry about that. Please do let me know if you want to see more videos like this in the comment box below. So yeah, anyways, guys, thank you again so much for watching. I will catch you on the next video. Stay crafty, And yeah, I'll see y'all later. Bye!